This is Ballabriggs winning. Midnight Club was further back in 6th spot. He's here to do it all again. Steve, first of all, I was in the paddock at Aintree obviously 12 months ago. This horse was absolutely revved up and ready to run the race of his life. I've never been so struck physically by the condition of a horse in a big race before.
He looked magnificent, and everything's been aimed at a repeat this year. The whole season has been aimed at just the one prep run beforehand where he ran okay. You know, Graham asked two questions about the pace and about Ballabriggs. Answering Ballabriggs first, just history's against him. I mean, you know, I know history there to be beaten, but plenty of winners have come back. As John said, some of them actually take against it a second time. You don't know, but Aldenese, I think, fell at the first the following year. Hallow Dandy fell very early the following year. It's happened lots and lots of times, and he's £10 higher. So he's got two things to overcome. He's got a stiffer task at the weights. And it is, well, Red Rum in '74 is the last horse to come back and win the race again the following year. So if he does do it, it will be a magnificent performance, and it isn't easy at the weights.
That's true, John. They've got excellent returning place prospects generally. But I get the feeling with Ballabriggs that he's an exception to the rule. If ever there was a modern-day Aintree horse, I've got the feeling he's it.
He did look that way last year, but my worry this year, he's £10 higher in the weight. I think this is a better race. I think this is a better race this year, more class to the race this year. And the fact is now, since Red Rum, more than 20 horses have tried to double up here at Aintree in the National and have failed. That just tells you how difficult it is to do that.
I'm wondering if place prospects at best, do we think?
I don't know about at best. I mean, you know, he's certainly got a good chance of being placed. I mean, you know, we know, as long as he hasn't taken against it, we know he can jump the place beautifully. He made one small mistake last year. Other than that, he was tremendous. So yeah, obviously he's got a chance. I think we're trying to point out how difficult it is to do. It's just not easy.
How much does history sort of weigh on your mind when it comes to finalising your selections or your bets?
I often like a horse who hasn't been there before. I think a horse like Ballabriggs, it has got a tremendous chance, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it won. But in the cold light of day, when trying to whittle down to a bit of a short list, I think he could run a big race and end up being 4th or 5th.
I think that's it. You've got to be quite brutal when you're finalising your picks for the National.